Most visitors see a peaceful lake in the middle of Hanoi, but behind these quiet waters is one of Vietnam's most powerful legends. A story of war, a sacred sword, and a golden turtle that rose from the lake. This is Hoan Kiem Lake, the lake of the returned sword. Today, Hoan Kiem Lake is one of the most famous places in Hanoi. People come here to walk, to relax, and to escape the noise of the city. But this lake is more than beautiful scenery. For centuries, it has carried a story deeply connected to Vietnamese history and identity, a story that still lives in the heart of Hanoi today. The name Hoan Kiem means returned sword, and that name comes from an ancient legend. According to Vietnamese tradition, the story began in the 15th century. At that time, Vietnam was under foreign occupation, and a man named Le Loi was leading a resistance movement to reclaim the country. Legend says that Le Loi was the golden turtle given a magical sword called Hoan Kiem, which means following the will of heaven. The sword was believed to carry divine power and defeat the occupying forces. Eventually, he became emperor, one of the most important rulers in Vietnamese history. But the story did not end there. One day, while boating on the lake, Le Loi encountered a giant golden turtle rising from the water. The golden turtle asked for the sword to be returned, because the mission was complete. Peace had been restored, and the sacred weapon was no longer needed. So Le Loi returned the sword to the golden turtle, which disappeared beneath the lake. And from that moment on, the lake became known as Hoan Kiem, the lake of the returned sword. Whether the story is history, myth, or something in between, the meaning behind it remains powerful. The legend represents justice, independence, and the protection of the nation. In Vietnamese culture, the turtle is also a sacred symbol. It represents wisdom, endurance, and longevity. That is one reason Hoan Kiem Lake feels different from many other places. It is not only a landmark, it is a symbol. At the center of the lake stands Turtle Tower, small, quiet, and deeply iconic. The tower has become one of Hanoi's most recognizable images, especially at night, when the lights reflect across the water. Even though the tower was built later, people often connected emotionally to the legend of the sacred turtle. And because of that, it feels timeless. Near the lake stands Ngoc Son Temple, connected by the bright red the Huc Bridge. The bridge means the place touched by morning sunlight. It is one of the most photographed places in Hanoi. But beyond its beauty, the area reflects something important about Vietnamese culture: the connection between history, spirituality, and everyday life. Today, Hoan Kiem Lake is still the heart of Hanoi. In the early morning, people exercise beside the water. At night, the streets become lively and full of energy. Families walk together, musicians perform, young people gather around the lake. And somehow, despite the movement of the modern city, the lake still feels calm, still reflective, still sacred in its own quiet way. Many cities have lakes, but very few carry a legend that shaped national identity. That is why Hoan Kiem Lake still matters today. Because the story is not only about a sword, it is about freedom memory, and the belief that some places carry meaning far beyond what we can see. And maybe that is why so many people feel something different here, even if they do not know the full story. Hoan Kiem Lake is beautiful, but beauty is only part of what makes it unforgettable. Beneath the lights, the water, and the movement of Hanoi, an old legend still remains. A legend of a king, a sacred sword, and a golden turtle that disappeared beneath the lake. If you enjoy travel stories connected to history, culture, and legend, subscribe to Adida Travel Stories. We begin with Vietnam and continue to the world beyond. See you in the next story.